with your permission, sir, I would show this short film to you.
Position is absolutely granted.
Thank you, sir. This is a confluence of divergent times and disciplines. 42 years ago, Apollo 11 landed on the moon, and this image that you see in front of you shows the last 3.5 minutes of what that trajectory looked like over the actual craters that it flew. At the same time, a new technology appeared. This was Google Earth. Some of you have observed your own house on Google Earth. There was a version of this called Google Moon, and it allowed you to investigate the moon on your own computer and go where you'd like to see. A gentleman in Georgia, astronomer by trade, took images from our most recent lunar exploring satellite, the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which was launched 2 years ago with very good optics to completely map the surface of the moon with high-quality images with resolutions of 1/2 to 1 meter. The gentleman took the images from the LRO, the Lunar Reconnaissance Observer, and patched them together using Google Moon. Google Moon allows you to take a perspective of the picture. This picture, the image in front of you, is a perspective, but all the images taken by the satellite are vertical, straight down. So Google allows you to take a vertical image and convert it to a perspective as you see on this image. The gentleman patched together a myriad of images from different orbits of the LRO that passed over the trajectory of the Apollo 11 descent and recreated the descent in a perspective mode. The oh, okay. So the actual descent was 12.5 minutes. This is the last 3.5 minutes. It starts about 3,000 feet in altitude and continues all the way down to the surface. Let's go to the next slide, please.
Eagle looking great.
Okay. On the left side of the screen, you will see the image that was taken by the 16-millimeter movie camera located in a bracket in the right-hand window of the lunar module Eagle. And it shows the picture that has often been used in anyone who made films about what happened on Apollo 11 and the lunar descent. The right-hand picture is composed of images from LRO in the last 2 years and recreated the descent. So you see in the right-hand side of the picture an image that accurately reflects what the crew, what we in the lunar module Eagle actually saw while we were going down. So the picture on the left is a rectangle that's skewed at 45 degrees roughly because that's the way it was mounted in the window, and it's partly blocked by structure of the lunar module, so it has a very limited field of view. The picture on the right shows the same angular area that covered by the model. I mean, covered by the motion picture on the right. So you can compare the little crater on the left to the crater on the left. Let's see. That crater is the same as this crater here, and that crater is the one that's there. And you'll be able to see those comparison craters as you go down the trajectory all the way to the surface. Okay, so let's start the video.
Here go.
You'll hear the sounds of my co-pilot giving me numbers, and you'll hear ground control at Houston responding to our actions. We're descending at a rate of about 3,000 feet a minute.
35 degrees. 35 degrees. 750.
We've had
coming down to 23.
computer warnings
700 feet, 21
rather
down, 33
frequently.
degrees.
But we're continuing on
100 feet down at
autopilot.
19.
The autopilot tells us that we are going
540 feet down at
to the
30 and at 15.
the autopilot is going to land us close to the rim of that large crater. I don't want to go there. It's
400
steep
feet down
sides,
at
and
9.
we're flying over a
forward.
field of large boulders about the size of automobiles.
10 or 50 feet
Not
down
a
at
good
4.
place to land at all.
30
We decided to
feet
pull out
down.
about a mile further to the west and find a smooth and level landing spot.
They're horizontal velocity.
There's more
300 feet down, 3.5.
More computer
47
alarms.
forward.
But we're getting used to those by now.
On 1.5 down.
We see a crater coming up now on the top of the screen. It's about 30 meters across, about 100 feet.
50 down at
And
2.5.
that's not good,
18
but there
forward.
looks like some level spots beyond that are
Altitude
look good.
velocity light.
Are running low on
8.5
fuel
down.
because we're
20
running, we've extended our flight
15
plan,
forward.
our trajectory past the intended landing
11 forward,
spot,
coming down
but we
nicely,
still have
200
about a
feet.
minute of fuel
4.5
left,
down.
and that
5.5 down.
is, we consider that to be adequate. That's a good-looking crater, and
6.5
and
down.
I want to go
5.5
back there
down.
and have a look at that
9
if I get a
forward.
chance later, and in fact I did.
Good.
Those
20 feet.
the landing areas right ahead. It
100
looks
feet,
pretty good. There's
3.5
little
down,
craters in
9
there,
forward.
but they look manageable.
5%.
So we're coming
185.
down low to the surface and starting to kick up a little dust at this
Hey,
point. You can
75
see that
feet.
in the
That's
left-hand
looking
side.
good, down a
But of
half.
course, the
6
satellite
forward.
picture on the right from 2 years ago doesn't show blowing dust.
60 seconds. Lights on.
No, not yet.
Down 2.5.
Now we're getting down very low to the surface.
Forward.
Dust,
Forward.
moving dust is increasing.
That's
Uh,
40 feet down 2.5. Picking up some dust.
There you see the shadow of our
3 feet,
lunar
2.5
landing leg
down. Big shadow.
in the bottom of our spacecraft,
4 forward.
approaching the surface.
4 forward. Drifting to the right level.
And
20. Down a half.
it's
30 seconds. Forward. Good. Okay. Contact light. Okay, engine stop. We copy you down, Eagle. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
so.
Yay!
What you see here, Mr. Chairman, is one of the actual vertical pictures taken of the spot where we landed. And of course, what you see is the descent stage of the Eagle. It contains the rocket engine that we use for the descent, the fuel for that engine, and the landing legs and some of our scientific equipment, which we left behind on the moon. A view into history through the views of modern technology. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.